Your walls are already failing. The fingerprints that won't wipe off, the patchy color under window light, the paint that peeled when you removed a piece of tape. That is not normal wear. That is a builder who used $15 per gallon flat paint, one coat, no primer, and wrote paint out of the warranty before handing you the keys. Professional painters use a 3-item specification that makes walls last 15 to 20 years. Today, I am covering what the builder actually applied, why it fails on 4 specific dimensions, and the exact paint lines professional painters use in their own homes. The wall in a new production home looks finished on move-in day. The color is consistent under the overhead lighting at the final walkthrough. The surface appears smooth. There are no visible drips or brush marks. It passes every visual test the buyer runs during the inspection. The failure is not visible on move-in day. It is built into the substrate, and it reveals itself over the first 12 to 18 months of normal living. Here is what the builder actually applied. A single coat of flat-finish latex paint sprayed or rolled over bare drywall with no primer. The paint costs $12 to $18 per gallon at contractor volume pricing. The application takes one pass. The total material and labor cost for interior paint in a production home is $200 to $400 less than the professional standard. At 1,000 homes per year, that is a $200,000 to $400,000 annual saving on paint alone. And it appears nowhere in the new home disclosure documents. The substrate problem comes first. New drywall is highly porous. The paper facing and compound surface absorb liquid unevenly. Some areas pull the paint in fast, others resist it. Without a sealing primer, the first coat of paint soaks into the drywall rather than bonding to it. The absorption variation creates flashing, visible sheen differences across the same wall under natural side lighting. The paint has no chemical bond to the substrate. It sits on top of it, mechanically adhered. When anything pulls at it, tape, a sticker, a wall anchor, the paint separates, often taking the dry wallpaper with it. The finish choice compounds the problem. Flat paint has zero sheen and zero washability. The pigment particles sit at the surface with no protective binder layer above them. Any contact, a finger, a cloth, a child's hand, abrades the pigment directly. Fingerprints and scuff marks become permanent within months. The builder chose flat finish because it hides roller marks better than satin on a single coat application. Not because it is a durable finish, because it makes the job look complete before it is. Single coat coverage over unprimed drywall achieves 60 to 70% opacity at best. The variation is invisible under the even overhead lighting at the final walkthrough. But UV exposure through windows degrades the thin film unevenly over 12 to 18 months. Walls that receive more direct light lose color consistency faster than walls in shadow. The color that looked uniform at move-in becomes visibly inconsistent within the first year, not because it faded, but because it was never fully there. The builder's paint job is not a finished wall. See, it is a temporary color application over an unsealed substrate, and it was never designed to last. Professional painting contractor survey data shows new construction repaint as the fastest-growing residential painting category. Homeowners are repainting builder-grade work within 3 to 5 years of purchase, not because they want new colors, but because the original specification has already failed. That market exists because the specification was designed to create it. The specific brand supplying this specification and the pricing structure that makes it the builder's default need to be named. Production builders present new construction interiors as professionally finished, move-in ready, completed to a standard. The warranty package covers structural defects, mechanical systems, and envelope issues. But paint is explicitly carved out of new home warranty documentation in every state. Every major production builder, D.R. Horton, Lenner, every regional equivalent, includes a paint exclusion clause before handing over the keys. The builder knew the flat single-coat specification would degrade. They excluded the failure category from warranty coverage before the transaction closed. A new home warranty that excludes paint is a builder telling you in a legal document that they know the paint will not last. Sherwin-Williams is the most trusted paint brand in America. The professional's choice used by contractors nationwide. The name on the trucks of every commercial and residential painting company in the country. But Sherwin-Williams Pro Mar 200 Flat is the builder-grade contractor line. It is not the professional finish line. It is the volume discount, minimum specification product that Sherwin-Williams sells to production builders at under $15 per gallon on contractor pricing. The same company makes duration at $72 to $85 per gallon with a lifetime guarantee. The brand sells both. The builder buys the one that costs less. But there is one reason the failure is invisible at the final walkthrough and visible within the first year. And it has nothing to do with how the paint was applied. Behr's Contractor Supply Flatline carries the same Premium Plus branding as its consumer products. The same name, the same orange packaging, the same shelf position at Home Depot. But the Contractor Supply Flat formulation is a different product from the consumer Behr Marquee line. Different hide rating, different washability specification, different binder content. Production builders purchase it at volume contractor pricing below $15 per gallon. The brand name signals quality to the buyer. The specification behind it does not deliver it. But here is why the failure is invisible on move-in day and already underway by month 6. Flat paint's matte surface scatters light uniformly in all directions. Under the even overhead lighting at a final walkthrough, builder-installed can lights, no windows open, no natural side lighting. A single coat flat application looks complete. The 60 to 70% opacity is invisible. The unprimed absorption variation is invisible. The zero washability surface is invisible. But natural side lighting through windows reveals surface texture and sheen variation that overhead lighting hides. UV exposure over 12 to 18 months degrades the thin film unevenly. The first cleaning attempt reveals the absence of a washable binder. The wall that passed the final walkthrough fails all 3 tests within the first year of living. Sarah moved in on a Friday. By March, the wall by the back door was gone. One wipe with a damp cloth on a crayon mark. The paint came off, not the crayon. Behr drywall compound, the size of her hand. The painter said, "Builder's warranty excludes paint. It always does." The quote to repaint correctly was $2,800. The wall looked perfect at the final walkthrough because the lighting was designed for that. The sun through your window is not. Drop a comment right now. How long after moving in did you first notice the paint failing? I want to see if the 12 to 18-month timeline matches real homes. So what do professional painters specify in their own homes, and what is the 3-item standard that makes a wall actually last? Number 3 is Behr Marquee in satin or eggshell finish. The same store that sells the builder-grade flat version also sells Marquee, a single-coat hide guarantee backed by independent testing, rated for 10,000 wash cycles at $45 to $55 per gallon. The cost difference per room between the builder-grade specification and Marquee is $40 to $60. The good version and the bad version are on the same shelf. The price difference per room is less than a dinner out. Number 2 is Sherwin-Williams Duration in interior satin. The same brand that supplies Pro Mar 200 Flat to production builders also makes Duration, a lifetime guarantee interior paint with a self-priming formula for previously painted surfaces, to scrubbable, fade-resistant, at $72 to $85 per gallon. Professional painters specify Duration for high-traffic areas, kitchens, hallways, children's rooms where washability is the primary requirement. Therefore, the brand is not the problem. The specification is the entire difference between the worst and the best product in the same catalog. Number 1 is Benjamin Moore Regal Select in eggshell or matte. The professional painter's default specification for new construction repaints and premium residential work. Color accuracy rated best in class by independent paint testing. Eggshell finish delivers washability without the plastic appearance of satin on flat walls. 2 coats over dedicated primer with zero flashing under any lighting condition. Overhead, natural, side lit. $65 to $75 per gallon. Height specified by professional painters for their own homes at a higher rate than any other single product in independent contractor surveys. Benjamin Moore Regal is not the most expensive paint on this list. It is the paint professional painters choose when the wall is their own. Here is the 3-item specification before the next brush touches your walls. Prime the wall. Use satin or eggshell. 2 coats. Primer first. Zinsser Bullseye 123 or Sherwin-Williams Prep Bright on any new drywall or existing builder-grade flat surface. Skipping primer on new drywall guarantees flashing and adhesion failure regardless of how good the finish coat is. Finish category second. Satin for kitchens, hallways, and children's rooms. Eggshell for bedrooms and living areas. Flat has no place on any wall that will experience household contact. So 2 coats over primer minimum. Single coat is a builder specification, not a painter's specification. 2 coats delivers color consistency, UV resistance, and adhesion that a single coat cannot achieve over any substrate. Prime the wall. Use satin or eggshell. 2 coats. That is it. The builder saved $200 to $400 on a paint specification. The homeowner pays $1,500 to $3,000 to repaint correctly within 5 years. The correct specification at time of construction would have cost $600 to $800 more, a number the builder absorbed as additional margin and transferred to the buyer as a future repair bill. That transfer is documented in the warranty exclusion clause signed at closing. Production builders applied the cheapest available flat paint in a single coat over unsealed drywall, excluded the failure from the warranty, and handed over walls already on a degradation timeline. 3 items at the paint counter: primer, satin or eggshell finish coat, 2 coats minimum. Correct everything on that list before the first brush stroke. Subscribe now. Next week I am covering flooring. The same production builder minimum specification philosophy applied to luxury vinyl plank laid over uneven subfloor without underlayment, and builder-grade carpet installed over 3-pound density pad instead of 6-pound. Same 5 to 7 year failure window. Same warranty exclusion language. The floor that looked perfect at the final walkthrough, already failing underneath. That one is worse.